Hey y'all. So let's jump into the Judgment of Paris. This was a really cool image and a very iconic scene from mythology. I think a lot of people have read about this scene and have their own interpretations of what this might look like. It is, in most of the references I found, the location was mentioned as Mount Ida. So I wanted this to be a rural scene, and Paris is essentially shepherding, and that's why he's out there in this rural area. And so Hermes comes down, and Zeus orders the goddesses down there, and he must judge the fairest. So one interesting thing about this image that I knew from the very start that I wanted to do was I wanted to visualize in the image what each goddess was offering Paris. So for Aphrodite, it's Helen. So above Helen, we're going to have kind of a cloud, a dream cloud, almost image bubble with, I'm putting in here, I am putting in Helen. And then for Athena, she's offering, the Lord of War. And then Hera is offering the kingship over all men. So I just thought that would be a fun way to present this scene, is to visualize what they're offering. So I was excited about that, and I think I'm going to do more of that in the future as I illustrate, this story and other stories into the future. Is, that's what's cool about illustration, I think, and visual concept design and everything, is that you can kind of break the rules and communicate things visually that you can't communicate with words. So, and it just creates, for me, it just creates an interesting image that I necessarily wouldn't have maybe thought of if I had been illustrating it a little bit more straightforward. So yeah, we'll see. I'll continue to play with that. So working into the color sketch here, I'm just playing around with, the vegetation of the this rural environment, and making sure that my values are reading as always. Essentially, we've got Paris as a dark figure on a lighter background, and then all the gods are this bronze, gold sort of color and value. And I had a little bit of trouble here figuring out exactly how I wanted the goddesses, the composition, of them to be in this. So yeah, just playing around, just moving things around. I'll do that sometimes, especially in this sketch stage, because this is the place to do it. This is the place to make mistakes and figure out where you want things to go, and there's no pressure. And this isn't a piece of art that anyone's going to hang on their wall. So it's a fun way to just kind of move things around. And so yeah, finally I get to this point where I'm happy with it, and we'll move on to the final. Hope you like it, and this was a super fun image to do.